Hi guys, good afternoon. Hope all of you doing good. Uh, so I was reading one post on LinkedIn. I generally don't visit LinkedIn much. I just go over there to post some of my success ratios in investor-wise, equity advisory, or sometimes about classes. Very rarely I post over there, and accidentally I stumbled into this post which I did not want to read, but then I continued reading it for some time because it was spreading a lot of negativity. And I hate when people spread negativity because there are so many of them doing it out there, and we want people who can spread some positivity in life. So I was reading this post where somebody has written like this, that uh, guys, if you're not able to clear CA, I'm quoting it, okay, I'm not saying this, if you're not able to do CA in 2 3 4 attempts, then why don't you understand you're not capable of doing it, and why is your ego coming in between, and you should quit and do other courses which have equal importance or maybe more importance, like CPA, CFA, ACCA. A lot of suggestions were given. I mean, letting people know about the alternative courses is something else. Pushing people into alternatives because you're failing in one thing is not a great idea, I feel. And the thing is, when there is too much of gyan people have and it overflows, you actually forget that the target audience with which you are dealing, you need to deal with some sensitivity. So in this case, the target audience is people who have not cleared CA in 3 4 attempts. I never comment on social messages being shared by people, or I never comment on any topic which invites arguments. I don't do that just because I don't want to do it. But this time, because my students are involved in this, some students somewhere sitting in some part of India who would have studied from me at some point of time would have been dejected if accidentally would have read that post, and I feel obliged to make this video only for those set of students. Now the topic is, do we really need plan B? Do we really need plan B? Plan B comes in when plan A fails. And do we really need plan B? That is the question. The answer is yes, we do need plan B. I'll share a small story with you. Maybe this will help. When I was in class 5 or 6, I don't exactly remember, not a very good memory, I wanted to badly become a cricketer. And the only goal I had in my mind was I need to play for Team India. That time there was not so much scope also, because there were not things like IPL and all. You can either represent your country, which is one of the toughest thing to do, because there's just 11 or 12 people out there who are playing for the country, representing a nation with a population of 130 crores, or you might be playing for some of these companies like some banks or other companies, government companies especially. They will be having their team which represents them in cricket. So from quota you will get some jobs because you are a cricketer, and then you can earn some 30 40,000, and that too also, I think, I'm talking in present value terms. But I told my dad I want to play cricket. I have no interest in studies. I did not say this clearly that I don't have interest in studies, but clearly I specified that I have more interest in playing cricket. And he told me okay, and he was very supportive. I have been always lucky with my parents being very supportive of whatever I want to do in life. And he said okay, we'll go take admission. We took admission in one of the clubs. I played over there for 1 year. I did well. Then somebody suggested my dad that this guy is playing really good cricket, we should take him to another club. This club belonged to Arun Lal. He's one of the commentators. He's done commentary for a long number of years now. I started playing in his club, and I played for so many years. Every weekends I have to go, I have to practice. Then at home also, I had that string hanging in the hall with a socks and a deuce ball inside it. They used to just, for hours I will keep practicing like that. I was so dedicated about it. Then somebody told me that playing only one club will not help, and you need to focus. You need to play in one more club, so that you get you understand, you get that uh, more practice, which can then increase your chances of probably converting into under 13 team, under 16 team, and so on and so forth. The practice, when when I started playing one more club, so then now there are two clubs. I have to go to both the clubs. Then there are 5 days I am going. Some days I am doing morning and evening sessions also. But I did not lose hope, and I was doing it, and it all went good till the time I was in class 8. Now I hope you understand, from this point of time, playing cricket and becoming a cricketer became my plan A, and plan B probably was studies, which I was doing, but apparently I was not doing it properly enough, because obviously you're not supposed to focus on plan B till the time your plan A seems to be working for you. And that is, I don't know if this analogy is good enough for you to understand or to challenge those people who write posts saying that you should shift to plan B immediately. Now the thing is, till the time I was in class 8, I was able to manage both the things, but suddenly in class 8 I was more focused on cricket rather than on studies. And this is the point of time in class 8 in my school. Today what I'm going to break you a secret I've never shared with anybody publicly. Maybe 1 or 2 batches I would have told about it. And then what happens is, in class 8 we had 300 students in the school, and hardly some 10 people flunked that class. I was one of them. I flunked in class 8. And that is when I understood that I can do only one of these two. And if it is one of these two, probably I would switch to studies for the time being, because cricket I've already played for last 4-5 years and I don't see things working out for me. Which means from inside I was very clear that this is not going to work for me probably. And the probability of success is very low, because there are only a handful of people who go and represent the country. And that is when I switched to plan B. That is, I started focusing on studies. And so I thought, okay, if not this, then this. And that is when I switched to studies. I started concentrating on my studies, and I started doing it properly. But then I did it up till class 10. After class 10, I again told my dad, I want to give it one last try. And I said, I want to again play cricket. He again allowed me to play it. But this time when I went over there and I realized that I'm too late for it, I started feeling I'm already grown up. Will I actually get a chance? I don't know. And I started feeling that I actually scored good marks in class 10, and started feeling that maybe I see plan B having brighter chances of success rather than plan A. And that is when I decided, okay, I won't be able to become a cricketer, and I'll play cricket as a hobby, and in the meanwhile I'll switch to studies completely, and I'll make sure that I do really good in that. So the idea which I'm trying to share with you, long story short, is that you need to switch to plan B. The first question is, do we need a plan B? Answer is yes, you need a plan B, guys. So if you're doing CA, and if you feel that CA may not work for you, then you need to have plan B, which need not necessarily be a course. It need not be a course in itself, that okay, if I don't do CA, I'll do CS or something like that. It can be anything which gives you a sense of satisfaction, or where you feel you can prosper. It can be teaching. It can be if you enjoy dancing, you can go into dance and make a career in dance. If you enjoy singing, you can go and make a career in singing. It need not be replaced. One thing need not be replaced by another thing in the same field. It can be anything where you feel you can do well. Like I always felt, okay, if not cricket, I know I can still do well in studies. And by God's grace and with support of many friends and family, I was able to make a good career in studying. I mean, finish up my studies and make a good career for myself. So the whole idea is, you should not leave CA just because you have not cleared it for 3 or 4 attempts. You would leave CA only the day you feel that plan A is not working for you. And that when you know plan A is not working for you, nobody defines it for you, guys. To be very honest, nobody defines it for you. You are the only person who is going to take a call. Don't let the society decide whether it's enough of attempts you have taken and now you should not be doing it. No. Nobody decides it for you. Nobody writes your fortunes. Nobody writes your fate. You write it for yourself. Till the time you feel plan A can work, do it, guys. You take 4 attempts, 5 attempts, does not matter. Yes, if you're failing because you're negligent, then that you need to stop, right? You can't keep wasting time, because time is very important right now for us. But if we feel we are dedicated enough, we are putting in 200% and still we are not able to clear, but you still have that ray of hope that you can do it, then you please do it. Don't switch to plan B. But yes, having plan B in mind is very important. Tomorrow we don't want a situation where plan A is completely crushed and then I say I'm clueless what I want to do in life. You need to have a plan B for that purpose. So when you're doing something actively, then at that time passively you should be thinking about something else where again you can do well. And then if I do that, that will be a pragmatic decision making. That will be very practical on my part. It's not that I am a failure in life because I could not do this. No, that we are not thinking. I tried my level best, but plan A did not succeed for me, and then probably I will go for plan B. That's the whole idea. But when to switch to plan B, nobody will dictate it to you. That is exactly why I'm making this video. Nobody is going to dictate it to you. Nobody is going to tell you that there are better alternatives available in the market. That is the reason you should switch. No, 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 no. You will switch only the day you feel plan A cannot work for you. Not before that. You need to be convinced enough whether plan B will work or not. And now that I'm making this video, I will make one more point clear, guys. Your CA degree is only the entry ticket to the corporate world, but it does not define where you go and stand 5 years down the line. Your first job may be difficult, and I always tell people, it's okay, you don't clear CA in first or second attempt, you'll clear it in multiple attempts. Maybe you don't end up getting a job in Big Four, or you don't get it in companies like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Citibank. You won't get a job in these companies. It's okay. We'll start with a mid-sized firm. Your learning will be great over there also. And 2 years down the line, based on your performance, you can always switch to better companies, because 2, 3, 4 years down the line, when you look for job opportunities, people generally don't ask you how many attempts. People generally ask you, show me your experience. Speak out your experience, guy. If I understand that your experience is good, we'll hire you. Okay, you understand my point? Let people spread negativity. All you need to do is ignore. That's it. Ignore it. Don't listen to people. There are a lot of people out there who only know the language of criticism. I feel criticism is good to an extent. I won't take it if it is actually going to bog me down and leave me clueless. Actually, if I'm not being helped by your suggestions, I will not even consider them. That's it. So same thing goes with you. You'll find a lot of negativity being spread around. Forget about it. Just keep focused on your dreams. Have your motive in mind and try achieve that. That's all. That's all. At the end of the day, all that matters is what you feel. If you feel something is going to work for you, make it happen, guys. Rest, leave it to God. Like I always say, leave it to God. Things will fall in place and you will be able to connect dots. Your failing today is also for a reason. Don't worry much. Look at what better can be done next time. I hope the video is useful. If you like it, leave a thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. God bless.